What we are going to think about is that there are certain moments in a story that emerge as significant in developing our relationship to a character, moments that change our way of thinking. I wrote this in our notebook next to this paper because a lot of times the moments that we're thinking about, the moments that we notice emerging as significant, are these exact moments. And that's what we'll see today. Today we're going to see a character facing difficulty, and we'll notice our emotions as readers begin to change. So what we're going to do is pick back up with our story about our basketball player, and we are going to be introduced to a new character. The new character's name is Dante. As we're reading, pay attention to the relationship between our main character and Dante, because we'll notice that their relationship has an impact on our relationship to the character. So the last time we were reading, our guy was just going to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning after telling his dad that he wasn't going to anymore. So I'm going to read just for a couple of minutes from our story. This section is called Don't Just Sit There Like a Punk. It won't be until week 4 that you finally get into a meaningful game. By this time, you'll know most of the guys by nickname, and you'll know how they play. At some point, your focus will have shifted from wanting to play ball to breaking down their various skill sets. There's one guy in particular that you'll study, Dante. He's 6'4" and thin, in his early 30s maybe. He's the only guy in the gym who's never said a word to you. He walks right by you like you don't even exist. But he can seriously play. Not only does he knock down almost every jumper he takes, he hardly ever grazes the rim. He has this sweet little fadeaway in the post, and whenever somebody tries to challenge him on the break, they get mashed on, posterized, and guys on the sidelines fall all over each other, laughing and stomping and pointing. After burying one particular game winner from the wing, 2 guys draped all over him, he'll turn to you and suddenly bark, "Hey kid, why you still coming here?" You pause your dribble, stunned. "Who, me?" "Nobody thinks you're good enough to play here. Comprende? Why don't you go on back to the barrio, S.A.?" Your whole body will freeze up from the shock of his words. Everyone in the entire gym inching closer, waiting to see what happens next. Dante strides over and points a finger in your face. "What, are you deaf, kid? I said leave." No words form in your brain. No thoughts. Dante spins to the rest of the guys. "Someone get this scrub out of my face before I do something stupid." A couple regulars will lead you toward the bleachers, but your legs aren't quite working yet. You're confused almost to the point of paralysis. Because what did you do wrong? Why does he hate you? Your heart thumping inside your chest, doubt setting in. Maybe he's right. Maybe you really are a scrub. Maybe you shouldn't be allowed to show up like this every day uninvited. Maybe the whole summer has been one big mistake. You grab your stuff on the bleachers and start toward the door, but for some unexplainable reason, you stop. You turn around. You glare across the court at Dante, mumbling, "I just want to play." "What?" Dante shouts back. He picks up a ball and fires it at you, narrowly missing. "Speak up if you've got something to say." "I want to play," you repeat, louder this time. "What?" "I want to play." A few of the guys start towards you again, wanting to get you out of the gym before you get hurt, but Dante puts a stop to that. "Get away from him. This is between me and the kid." The whole gym silent, aside from your heartbeat. Your short, nervous breaths measuring the time. "Check it out," Dante announces suddenly. "The kid's got my spot in this game." Then he turns back to you. "After you get smoked, you walk out them doors and never come back, you hear?" You stand there studying him for a few extra beats, searching for his angle, trying to decide if it's some kind of trick, if you're still in danger. Before your ruling is in, though, you find yourself being shoved out onto the court. "You got dollar bill," someone's telling you. It takes a minute to realize what's happening. They're letting you play. And if you mess up, it's over. Okay, so that's what we are going to stop with today. And what I'd like for us to think about is in this whole process of thinking about moments that are significant, what we really have to do is we really just have to kind of stop and notice and think, how is the author shaping my thinking? And so I want to pop back through this story and think about my own thoughts as that was going on here. And so I've got a couple different things on my mind. One is we know that our guy wants so badly to be included with the other guys. We know that, through this entire story, that's all he wants is to play basketball. Another thing that we know is that it mentioned Dante earlier. Dante's been mentioned a couple of times in this story, but this was the first time that he really had anything to say, any interaction with our kid. And so that too is another thing that makes me think the author was shaping our understanding of Dante, shaping our thinking of him. And lastly, just the way that it's leading off right there, this line, if you mess up, it's over, the anticipation is pretty significant. Like he wants to play so badly, and so now he's getting his chance, and you really do get the sense that this is a significant moment in the story. So if we return to our lesson here, that readers notice moments that emerge as significant, and then you think about that relationship with the character. Again, this is a moment where the character is facing difficulty, and our emotions as a reader change. We really feel some of what he felt. So that's what I'd like for you to pay attention to today. As you read, pay attention to the moments that feel significant to you because your emotions as a reader change, or because any of these other things are happening. And then see if you can pinpoint what it is, similar to how I did here. What is it exactly that you can name that will make your connection to that spot so significant? What is the writer doing that is shaping your thinking? Okay? So here's my same information that I have put on my document, my bookmark. So this is your work for today. To complete your bookmark, thinking about those spots where you have deep thinking based on the work of the author. Thanks much for your work, and I'll see you tomorrow.